Kevin, there's no bigger story in town. 5 years since Megxit, and this is all Meghan Markle has to offer. Are you shocked?
I don't think I'm shocked because I couldn't see what else she would have.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Today, we're diving into the latest controversy surrounding Meghan Markle's new Netflix cooking show. The trailer reaction has been explosive.
In her armory. What has she got left? Not very much. But what she's offering the public, you know, the new Meghan, this is the new invention, is pathetic. It's pathetic. You know, a sort of stupid show where she's baking cakes for her mates in California, wearing Cartier and designer jewellery and flashy clothes. As she said, I like to take the ordinary and elevate it into something special, as I said to you the other night, but enough about Harry. Some of the comments are quite right. Somebody said, yeah, I like to take the ordinary and elevate it to something special. So I like to make scrambled egg in someone else's house with my hair dangling into it. I mean, you know, that by the way, Kinsey, a massive mistake on her part. She should have filmed it in her own house, in her own home. But the fact that we know she effectively went to another house because she's so obsessed with her alleged privacy to film this domestic goddess nonsense undermines it altogether. So she said, oh, it's my house, isn't it lovely? Look, here's where I live and my lovely kitchen. No, it's not. It's a studio, and you're pretending it's your house. So don't give us this claptrap. So that undermines it. And what, as I said to you the other night on my show, Kinsey, what she doesn't understand is in order to be successful in show business, in order to make successful programs or successful movies, you have to make them not boring. That's the whole point of entertainment. Don't bore people. Don't make tedious programs. Now, a bunch of white, rich women tootling around a pretend house, you know, baking cakes and just saying, I'm going to make this hummus really special by putting olive oil in it. Oh, wow, revolutionary, amazing. Oh, look, and I've got these little ladybirds, and I put a little bit of balsamic vinegar on the back, and it looks like a ladybird. By the way, she stole that idea from someone else. You know, who on earth does she think she's broadcasting to? Who on earth does she think is going to watch this and say, I must be just like Meghan? This is nonsense, and it's boring. It's really, really boring. Therefore, it will fail.
Kinsey Schofield called the show pathetic and predicted it's doomed to fail. Stay tuned. We're breaking this down. Let's jump into it. First things first, let's talk about the show. Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, is hosting a cooking show on Netflix. Baking cakes, making hummus, all in designer clothes. Kinsey Schofield called it pathetic, another attempt to stay relevant. Is anyone really watching and thinking, wow, I want to be just like her?
Yeah, well, you know, you and I were just sharing with each other this. There's a news story circulating about one of Meghan's acquaintances, because she has very few friends, defending her online over this eater.com, which is a very well-respected website. Their kind of savage review over the trailer. And one of the lines is, according to Deadline, according to Dateline is my favorite murder show, conveniently. According to Deadline, Markle hopes to reimagine the genre of lifestyle programming based on the trailer. What that looks like is a lot of celebrity cameos, glimpses of breathtaking California coastlines, and intimate glimpses into life with Markle, her prince husband, and their adorable children. It also, unfortunately, looks incredibly dull. Well, while that is a beautiful description, and you are admitting that it is dull, I guarantee you are not going to see the kids, because as you said, there's nothing genuine about this. She's in a fake kitchen. These are Pinterest recipes and designs and floral arrangements. There's nothing authentic and there's nothing original about this. Is Netflix regretting any or all of their relationship with Harry and Meghan?
Well, think about it. Most of the publicity about this new series, which we know has been in the can now for quite a few months. So Netflix was so excited about it, they just left it lying there for about 4 months. So it's finally ready to, or they're going to screen it at last. I think they're doing it almost reluctantly. Think about all the publicity. It's all coming from Meghan. You know, there she is on the beach, 2025. And then suddenly the trailer, you know, I like to elevate and make people think I'm thinking of them. It's not about perfection.
Thomas Markle is patiently waiting to feel like you're thinking about him, Meghan, but thanks.
Yeah, it's not about perfection. It's about joy. What is the point? What is the point of watching a program based on an amateur cook, you know, who can bake an okay cake and put some olive oil in hummus? Well, I don't want to watch programs that give me mediocrity. It should be about perfection. Forget the joy. Show us how to do it properly.
Now let's talk about authenticity. Kinsey Schofield points out an issue for Meghan lately. Meghan's show backfires when you realize she's filming in a rented studio. The house is a set, not her actual mansion in Montecito. That fake vibe undermines the concept of being real.
You can't do that, Meghan, because you don't know how to do it properly. Have you seen her chopping? You know, I mean, you know, when you see the proper chefs, you know, she's like me, you know. You know, I mean, she's got no. She's an amateur cook. She's obviously quite a good amateur cook. That is not the basis of a TV series. And as I say, it will alienate most people because they'll go, while I'm struggling to get by, while I'm struggling to feed the kids and keep a roof over my head, this woman is getting all her designer label chums round to a pretend house to make all these luxury items for them to eat and drink. It will alienate people. I think people won't only be bored by this program, they'll be angered by it, they'll be infuriated by it. She is so tone deaf, it's breathtaking. She's tone deaf.
Yeah.
And let's not forget the timing. Oh, I'm coming back onto Instagram. Oh, would this be the social media you left so poignantly a few years back because you said it was a centre for online harm and you were making the gesture, I'm not going to be on social media anymore because it's bad for kids? Well, guess what? Suddenly she needs it. She's got to promote her program. I'm coming back to Instagram. Isn't that great? So there's that hypocrisy. And then the timing of it, straight after the New Orleans and the Las Vegas terrorist horrors, where people died, including the godmother of the stepson of the godmother of her son Archie. She's on telly, you know, a couple of days later going, oh, go make some cakes.
It's disgusting. And then the fact that William and the Prince and Princess of Wales released a statement saying that they were devastated over the loss. Silence from Harry and Meghan, Kevin. She could have quickly saved face by releasing a heartfelt statement about that incident, about Archie's godmother, and she didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, where the hell are her public relations team right now? Are they locked in a basement with her homemade wine, with her homemade rosé? I mean, where are they? Because all they had to say was, we are devastated over this. And don't forget, New Orleans is Tyler Perry's hometown, Lily's godfather. So if Meghan wanted to launch her Instagram, if she was contractually obligated to launch an Instagram, she could have done it in a way where she was creating some sort of campaign for New Orleans or promoting an existing GoFundMe for New Orleans.
Kinsey raised concerns about the timing of this show. Meghan and Harry have been quiet about major global events, yet she's back on Instagram promoting her cooking show. Kinsey finds this incredibly insensitive. So here's where it gets interesting. Critics say the show lacks substance and is destined to fail. Cooking shows succeed with unique elements. Think Gordon Ramsay's fiery personality or Ina Garten's cozy charm. Meghan lacks that appeal and it's labeled boring. Viewers will likely switch off. What do you think?
And we could not critique her over that because she does have a connection to New Orleans. It's her daughter's godfather's hometown. That would make sense to me.
Yeah.
And the fact that she'll show up in Texas after a mass shooting with a camera crew, but silence when she actually has a connection to someone in New Orleans. what is going on?
As I say, her timing, her sense of timing, her bad timing is staggering. And I don't know what goes on up in her head, but she ought to think about this kind of thing. Any sane showbiz personality would go, hang on, straight after a terrorist attack, 10, 12 people died, including the stepson of the godmother of our son. No, now is not the time. Leave it a week. Leave it a week, by all means. You don't have to leave it a year. Leave it a week. Then, that would be appropriate. Launching this ridiculous program right in the aftermath of that atrocity, when all America is shocked. She's got a personal stake in some of the tragedy, one of the tragedies. Launching it then, as I say, I'm staggered. I can't believe that she did that. Has she got no sense at all? No sense of propriety, no sense of what's right. And frankly, even on a cynical level, in showbiz, timing is everything. And you've got to be ready to withdraw if you need to, and she should have withdrawn then. But now she's laid, in my view, the foundation stone for what will be a probable disaster. People will tune in to episode 1. Episode 2, my prediction, not so much.
Yeah, it's hard to. My issue is it's hard to believe that anything coming from her is authentic when she's dragging these underprivileged children by their arms in third world countries while wearing $7,000 worth of clothing alone. That doesn't even count the jewelry on her body. And then in this trailer, she's like, I love for my friends to know. I like to do little things so my friends know that I'm thinking about them. And, this push for us to believe that these two individuals are so compassionate and empathetic, and let's pretend to forget what they did to Queen Elizabeth towards the last, her last few breaths. Let's pretend to forget what she did to Prince Philip as he sat dying in a hospital bed.
Kinsey points out that Meghan is focused on controlling her image. From the Oprah interview to her podcast and now the Netflix show, it's about monetizing her story. She's building a brand. But inauthentic brands don't last. People are starting to see through it. The more she pushes this perfect image, the more disconnected she feels from regular people. So, to wrap it up, do I think Meghan's cooking show will succeed? I'm not sure. Kinsey Schofield is pretty adamant that it's going to fail, and honestly, after hearing her breakdown, I can see where she's coming from. It's all about authenticity, and right now, Meghan's show feels anything but real. But what do you think? Will the show flop or surprise us? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.